welcome back to Alissas Honest Immigrant Diaries. After editing last week's episode, I realized that the format of doing it week to week was going to be one, way too boring, two, way too much, because I spent quite a lot of time just sitting at my laptop applying for shit. So instead, what I've done is I've broken it down into days where I do stuff. And I've captured those days, I've labeled those days, and now you're gonna watch those days. Enjoy. It's been a pretty quiet week so far. I have spent most of it sitting at home in PJs, applying to a variety of jobs in like the communication sector and in the film industry. And I find that I don't do particularly well when I am stuck at home for a prolonged period of time, but simultaneously I don't have a reason to go out and I don't want to spend money. So I've just kind of sat at home being productive. And today, finally, I'm getting out of the house. I'm gonna go see my friend who I haven't seen in I don't even know how long. He was my boss when I was doing my music internship here in London 5-6 years ago. And so I'm gonna go to Tottenham Court Road Station. We're gonna meet there, and then I don't know what we're doing, but at least I get out of the house and I put on normal pants, which is a win. Wave and look pretty. Say hi.
Hello.
There you go.
Is that one of those ones you can put in your mouth?
I wish. I mean, I guess you could put it in your mouth. Well, it's so nice to be back here. I haven't been here, I don't know for how long. I used to work here. It's a place called Hobgoblin, and I recommend everybody come and check it out because they deal in all the weird and wonderful instruments of the world, and really friendly people. Nice to be kind of feeling like home. Today's actually turning out to be really, really nice. I'd originally just planned to have coffee with my friend and then head straight to the museum, but I ended up taking a hike back to Hobgoblin, which was where my internship was like 5 or 6 years ago, and I reconnected with a bunch of old friends who all still work at the shop, and everybody's doing crazy things with their lives, and it's really cool. Amazing how so much has changed because of the pandemic. On the other hand, nothing's changed at all. And now I'm on my way to the British Museum to try and get some work in, justify all this frolicking I've been engaging in, hopefully get the Law Society application finished off, and then I'm gonna head home. So at this point, I want to point out this life hack for getting into the British Museum quicker than all the other tourists. All you have to do is basically go around the back. There is a back entrance. It's just as legit as the front entrance, but there's less people, so there's no line. Once I got inside the British Museum, I was really happy to see all of these indigenous cultures being featured front and center. Well, I guess back and center because I went in through the back entrance, but it was in one of the bigger halls. And by the looks of things, they work together with communities in order to put these exhibits together, so all the information is accurate and culturally respectful, which is, let's just say, out of line for the British Museum's way of doing things. So, progress. But overall, I actually really like this museum. It's really calming inside. The inside-outside situation that they've got going on is really unique. And while I was filling out my Law Society application, as you can see, the light changed. And it was a really nice space to try and get some work done. And I was really productive there. I caught this shot while I was leaving the museum. Believe it or not, it's only 6 o'clock, but it's already pitch dark. And say what you will, but these guys really know how to light a building. Good morning, folks. Good morning. I went to central London yesterday, and it was really fun. I have to say, the British Museum, man, the ROM pales in comparison. And I totally get what everybody talks about when they say, give our shit back, because I was trying to find the bathroom, and I'm pretty sure I walked into 90% of Egypt at one point. But it's enormous. And the newer exhibits are clearly arranged with much more care in mind for the artifacts they're housing. I was really taken by it. I wish I had more time there. I'm definitely going back. I found it to be a very calming environment. And I can't believe I've never been before. Though
One thing I didn't get to film, and I wanted to put it out there on the internet, because I'm not sure if it's like a thing here, or I just had a weird experience, but I was standing outside of Tottenham Court Road Station, waiting for my buddy, and I heard this snap, and I thought it was my friend snapping to get my attention, so I looked up, and there was this man, and this man approached me. He's like, "Oh, you have beautiful eyes. Are you Italian? Are you Italian?" And I just kind of waved him off because I know better than to get into these kinds of dialogues. But I'm curious, was that like a scam attempt? Like, or was that just one weird guy snapping at girls and trying to figure out if there are beautiful Italian ladies available for him to sleep with? So, input welcome. If you have met Snappy Finger Man at Tottenham Court Road, let me know. The plan for today is to try and finish off this Law Society application. And then I'm planning on going down to the V&A. I need to get there for 7, so I get to travel during rush hour, which I'm not looking forward to. But it's supposed to be like a really big meetup, and I'm hoping that people who come to the V&A to meet people will be people I want to meet, who are like interested in art and culture and all that sort of hoity-toity stuff, because I am a snob. So we'll see. I'll try and film it. I tend to not like filming when there's people around and I'm trying to meet folk for 2 reasons. The first is I find it disrespectful to shove a camera in people's faces without their consent. And the second is if I'm trying to meet somebody, I really don't want to come off as a tourist vlogger type. It's like, "Hello, I'm here with a camera. Please let me, content now." Because in London there are a dime a dozen. And I'm not even that good. But if opportunity allows, I will try to film.
Alright, sorry for the terrible lighting. There's no overhead lighting in this room. Here's the attempted fit check, because I do those now. Heading out to the V&A. I got some good news finally. Out of all the desperation, emerged a light, and ITV reached out to me for like a chat, which is kind of like what they seem to do here, which is like they do a chat for like 15 minutes, and then either they like you and they don't like you, and if they like you, you actually get an interview. And so it's for a production secretary position. Not crossing my fingers too hard because I understand that the competition out here is crazy, but I'm very glad and feel privileged that I was selected to even be chatted to. So that's a Monday, so I'm going to spend all the weekend preparing for the chat. Though, that being said, I got the email and then immediately responded saying, like, yes, of course, blah, 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 and I sent my yes, of course, blah, blah, blah through spell check, and I didn't notice that I had spell checked her name, and her name was not spelled the way the spell check thought it should be spelled, so I sent it back with an extra L. So I'm sorry about that, and fuck. Hopefully they understand, and hopefully that's not like a immediate red flag for them that I didn't notice before sending, or that I should have been paying greater attention. So if after that faux pas they still call me on Monday, that's a win. That's a win.
So I went to the V&A meetup. I'll be honest, I didn't really meet anybody that I jived with, and the museum wasn't exactly my style. I really loved the textiles, and most of all, I really liked the live piano that they placed in the cafe. There's something about looking at really old, beautiful architecture on the ceiling whilst having live music right there and then.
I've been having a rough time trying to get out of the house because I've gotten sick. So I am forcing myself to get ready and make myself presentable to go across the street to the cafe to just get out of the house. And then later tonight, theoretically, I'm going to go out and do a networking event again. So we'll see how that's going to go. I have gotten some rejection letters from some jobs I applied to last week, like normal jobs. But then I also got like a pre-interview chat from one of
probably industry jobs, so guess I'll find out next week if I have an interview. So I managed to go out. Simon pushed me out the door effectively, and that was a good choice because even though I'm feeling under the weather, I feel a lot more energized. I think I just need people. I found a job that looks kind of interesting, so filling out the application for that. And then I'm on my way out for this Christmas party event. It should be fun. Some people from the Doc Women groups that they're going, so maybe I'll run into them. And hopefully some productive networking, and if not, at least like something to jumpstart the spirit, like a freaking chainsaw. Well, the networking event went surprisingly well. I met a lot of people working in a variety of different places, got a lot of contacts, found some Ukrainians, so that's good. And now I have to navigate my way home for like an hour and a half. So I just got home from my networking night. Totally blew my voice because I was shouting so much, like it was very loud. But it was totally worth it because I met so many cool people. I met folks who are like active in the industry, people who are like working in unscripted and scripted and all sorts. There was a journalist there who knew about Columbia, Missouri. I guess Mizzou has a good journalist school after all, because if journalists from the BBC are recognizing the name, then I guess that says something. So that was cool, because I always thought that was just a marketing ploy. I don't know, it was just really nice, lots of cool people, really good vibes. You know, I have been in a place where, because I don't have people and I don't have routine, I tend to, especially like because I got sick, I tend to hide under the duvet and, do nothing. And I lose my compulsivity, and what I've learned is my compulsivity is what makes me functional. Without it, I can't get shit done, but with it, I can get shit done in crazy speeds and with very high quality. But I struggle to be compulsive when I don't have a goal that feels tangible to work towards. So when you get rejection letter after rejection letter, which again, like I knew was coming, it can take a toll. But tomorrow I'm gonna go out and see somebody I met at another networking event, and then I'm gonna go to a networking event. Oh, and somebody recognized me today. So when I was at this event, they were like, "Hey, you're the Canadian girl." I'm like, yeah, that's right. So what I said last week about getting your face in front of the right people at the right time and all that, slowly, it's happening, guys. I'm building brand recognition, which I'm really happy about, because, man, maybe somebody will fucking hire me. I really genuinely, truly believe I have something to contribute. I'm hella nervous about entering into opportunities because I'm scared that I won't live up to expectations and I'll be fired and I'll sully my name in the industry before I even get started. But I also recognize that if I don't try, I won't know if that's gonna happen. And maybe it won't. And maybe I'll make many mistakes, but not enough to get fired. Maybe I won't make enough mistakes to even be noticed. I know I'm gonna make mistakes. But, well, as long as I learn from them, it's okay. Alright, so I'm planning on going out and networking tonight, and so I have this new technique I want to run by, and that is to wear something that's a conversation starter, but also that is memorable and is unique. and I've chosen this. It is quite sentimental to me. It is a porcupine quill bolo tie that I got when I was working as a assistant composer up in Manitoulin with the Indigenous Film School up there, run by Shirley Chichu. I've had it 4 years. And I've never really had the balls to wear it out because it's such a vibrant and beautiful piece. But, like, it's a vibrant and beautiful piece. I should wear it out. It's beautiful. And it's something to talk about. I'm also wearing these earrings that my very close friend Shanara made for me. So it goes with the tie very nicely. And I'm representing Canadian indigeneity. Obviously, I'm not Indigenous, but, you know, that is a pie I have many fingers in because I care a lot about it, and I've spent 10 years of my life working with that music scene in that community. So it's very personal to me. And I'm gonna see if it helps me network. Hopefully it does. Maybe it won't, but I will let you know. I'm wet. I'm walking in a storm in London. And I'm also lost. Why do British people refuse to put street signs up? It's an aesthetic thing. Honest to God. Fuck. I'm doing this on my phone because I left my GoPro Osmo thing in the other room, but I made it in after a crazy storm. I was not prepared. I thought I'm cool with storms, but then I got caught in a rainstorm here, and it's not like in Canada at all. And when you're lost, oh my God, why do British people not put street names in obvious places? Am I looking in the wrong place? Like, guys, tell me, please, where are the street names on the streets? Because I cannot find them, and I get lost, and in the rain, oh, it was not fun. So in future, 2 lessons learned. Look at the weather properly. Don't just trust Alexa tell you it's gonna rain. And the second is don't leave an extra 5 minutes, leave an extra 20, because dear Lord. But I'm here, so we'll see how this pitching event goes. Hopefully I'll meet some cool people. I'm back in the storm, in the cold, on my way home now. Honestly, not the greatest event. I guess you get duds and then you get good ones. I'm walking around in a really shady area. It was a really weird event. Rather, I think the event was over-marketed. I thought it would be like a networking and mingling event, but with some like pitching, but instead it was mostly pitching and like actors and stuff. People who aren't really hello in terms of who it is I want to meet. But that's not to say that it was a waste or the people weren't good. It's just, and sometimes events are duds. It is what it is. The good news is tomorrow I'm seeing Sundubi with Simon, and I'm excited about that. I've made it to the end of the week. It's Friday. I was sick most of the week, so a lot of my commitments to go out and explore the city did not happen. But I have had progress. I got in touch with another talent manager from ITV, so I now technically have had 2 leads with ITV. I don't know if any of them are going to pan out, but I'm happy about the leads. Yesterday was interesting because I went out with my main goal being to network at this networking event that turned out to be kind of a dud. But before that, I had arranged to meet up with somebody I'd met at another networking event that wasn't industry, just like people. And we met up at this tiny little boba shop, and there was one other person in that boba shop, and then we got to talking, and that person was really friendly, and we ended up spending the whole hour chatting between the 3 of us, and effectively I made a new connection in the one place I wasn't looking for a new connection. And I think that's kind of how you tell that you're starting to put roots down or like get yourself grounded in a new city, is when you're able to start
meeting people outside of spaces designed for the meeting of people. Because that networking event, like, it was okay. The people were nice, but I don't think anybody in that room is going to be my next lead. I think they're all people who are just quite keen to find their next lead, and they were misled to believe that there would be people in that room who could give it to them. So it wasn't really like the right mix of professions within an industry to create cohesive networking. But this boba shop thing, man, that fucking panned out, and it was nice. You know, I'm starting to feel comfortable holding my camera out in front of me. Not too comfortable, but comfortable enough. And tonight we're gonna go see Sindhu V perform, and she's doing a work in progress show. And it's kind of cool because like 5 or 6 years ago we saw her perform in the basement of the Soho Theatre with her show Sandhog, which is really funny. And now she's like got a TV show out, and I think she's doing a special. But we're gonna go see her in a pretty small room, so that'll be fun. Sindhu V was in fact fun. We ended up sitting in the front row, so we were basically looking up her nose the entire time. Surprisingly, we did not get picked on, but it was a great show, and if you get an opportunity to see Sindhu V live, you absolutely should, and you should go download her special whenever it comes out. Now, I totally forgot to film an outro for this week, so I'm gonna put some cute clips of stuff that happened over the week, and wish you all a wonderful whatever it is that's going on in your life, and I hope to see you next week. Like, comment, subscribe, I guess. Bye.